Hello guys, it's me, Big Dave, and today we're doing another Raid Shadow Legends video, and specifically we're going over S20 on Soulcross Curse City. So we'll just go over the champs, the limited amount you can use here, the gear, how I did it, and then we'll go over the run at the end. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy and we'll just get into it. So we'll start with Missionaki. So probably a must here, I would say. So Relentless with Perception and a piece of Pinpoint to give myself the accuracy and the speed that I need. So we'll go over the stats. So let's go down to here. So 51k HP, 5,400 defense, 273 speed, 250 crit damage. Not enough resistance, but enough accuracy for his debuffs to land. That's the basic stats. We'll go over his masteries. Again, pretty basic Hydra masteries. You know, straight down to War Master for his A1, because obviously he counterattacks when other ally attackers attack, when other champions attack, I should say. And then basic support tree masteries. Nothing complex here. Pretty basic, pretty simple. So we'll get into attack. The login, the free login that you get or used to get. Right, so we've gone full stun set and speed. The stats are, right, let's go down to this one. Right, so 71k HP, 307 speed, no crit damage, not enough resistance again, and 374 accuracy. Again, you could build resistance if you can get him in a stun set and build resistance. I would recommend it. The way I'm going to do that is that once I've pumped into accuracy, I can then be able to put a resistance banner and have a combination of both. That's the plan. So yeah, that's the plan there. That's why I've got more resistance now. So, but yeah, eventually that's the plan, to get those the same so they can resist as well. So yeah, we'll go over the masteries. Kind of pointless here. This is an Ice Golem solo mastery. What I would do if you were building him specifically for this, like I'm going to do with my spare that you can just see over here, I would go down to Fearsome Presence on the defense and go support to get the accuracy you need. That's what I would do. But he is literally built for Ice Golem. That's the whole point of him. He's not built for this, and obviously after I've done this video, I'll be putting his old gear back on him, his regen gear back on him. So yeah, so that's what I use for this one. And then we'll go over Duck the Pierced. So Duck the Pierced, the same stun set with Perception. We've got one refresh. It comes in handy. It's not exactly consistent. 2 or 3 would be beneficial. If you've got refresh and you can put it on these guys, do it, because obviously it makes them cycle better. Not so much a Missionaki. If you build him for Relentless, you probably don't need this, but for everyone else you can, because it means then they get back around to their big AoE abilities, like the burn and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll go over Dr. Pierce's stats. So 44k HP, 4,300 defense, 270 speed. Oh, that's a little bit higher than that. I'll put this in. Yeah, 282 speed, 100% crit rate, 231 crit damage. We try to go some crit on him. This guy's pretty close to the resistance level that I need him to be. But again, I need a bit more. I think it's 400 for this, I think. And then 460 accuracy, which is probably too much. But again, we're going to rework this guy once we get accuracy done on the Great Hall. Masteries. This guy is literally made for Soulcross now. So he's got Fearsome Presence, usual defense and support tree match to give him the extra accuracy. You go Low of Steel to give him the extra accuracy that you need. Retribution, so that when he comes out, when he gets hit, he hits with the A1 and has a chance of stunning again. Again, pretty basic masteries. Again, I'll be doing this on other champs at a later date, but yeah, this is what I used. So that's Duck the Pierced. So Taragi the Frog. So in a bolster set, with a piece of Feral on him. Again, pulled this a couple of weeks ago. I think it's crit damage. Yeah, it actually is, because of the accuracy I need here. So yeah, I just wanted the extra accuracy, and that was the best piece I could find, to be fair. I think this is a bit low. I need to bump this up as well. So yeah, don't be me. Don't do this. Bump it up full. So yeah, that's Taragi. We'll go over the stats. So 82 HP, 2,800 defense. The speed should be 285, I think. 285. Pointless with the crit damage, no crit. Pretty close to the threshold for the resistance, and just enough accuracy. Again, this guy's really good. I haven't done masteries on this guy. If I would, I'd probably go down the defense and support tree. The obvious stuff, like I would go down to bulwark if I was, when I'm eventually getting up doing him, so he becomes the tank, because as you'll probably see in the run, Artak gets very close because of his abilities, which is a bit of a pain. So yeah, so that's Taragi the Frog. Bolster a must-tier, I would say. So yeah, right, we'll get into Grizzly Jarl. So Grizzly Jarl is in, so he's +1. He's in a bolster set with broken. His stats are 77 HP, KHP, 2,600 defense, 262 speed, 280 resistance, not enough, and 350 accuracy. So his A3 lands, because you're going to need his A3 and his block debuffs for the Rotus at the end. And obviously you're going to need the accuracy and the block debuffs for certain parts of wave 2 as well. But I'll go over that. So basically, to cut the long story short with this one, the trick is that Artak and Dr. PS go first. No, Artak and Taragi go first. So Artak gets a couple of stuns off, which helps you with keeping your team up. And then Taragi provokes. But obviously his provoke isn't 100%. I think it's 70% or 80%. So it doesn't always land. And obviously there's a War Chief on wave 1. So the trick there is to get as much CC as you can. And if you can CC everybody, you haven't got to use Grizzly Jarl's A2. And you can keep it for the next wave. The first wave is probably quite self-explanatory. And you'll see in the video, the second wave is where the problems come. Because it's, you've got 2 cleansers, and then the garages put on increased resistance. You can forget debuffing once that's up most of the time. It's a really annoying wave, and Korrigar cleanses, and he's force, and this is magic. So you can imagine the difficulty. I could do a compilation of the runs that failed for this. There was that many because of that reason. Every time you would try and CC, you would end up CCing the Togron, which also cleanses, but you couldn't CC the Korrigar, and it was so yeah, it was quite tough. Again, you'll see in the video how I run it. It's quite complex. The last wave, you'll probably see in the video that it's quite rough because a lot of champs die. But the problem is we get rid of Sifi before everyone dies. Once you get rid of Sifi, the fight is a lot easier. The problem you've got though is that you need AoEs in order to whittle her down because of the Death Knight. You can't single target at any point. Otherwise, Mishinaki could easily beat her, but the Death Knight, the ultimate Death Knight, takes all the blows. So it's an absolute nightmare. You probably notice in the run that Rotus will die, but then Sifi picks him back up because we have no control for her. Because if you try and control her, the passive hits in. So it's all about tanking it for as much as you can and whittling Sifi down. If you can find a way to get rid of Death Knight, that will help. Like I contemplated the idea of putting like Mishinaki in Affinity Breaker to try and get rid of him, but it's a nightmare. He's a nightmare to deal with. You could go Affinity Breaker on one champ to get rid of him. That's who I'd get rid of first, but then Sifi would just pick him back up again. So yeah, it's quite tough, this one is. Like, Artak comes in really clutcher. In a perfect world, Artak would have damage, because then he'd be able to deal damage to Sifi, because you make him fast enough dealing damage, he could do that job, but the problem is mine's not. So yeah, it's this one's quite tough. Like, only one other person in my clan has actually done this, and he has, what's the other champ you can use? Gottfried. Like, Gottfried is amazing for this. Like, I'm going to be doing this on my other clanny's account, and he's got Gottfried. If you've got Gottfried, use him. Put him in Stone Skin, use him as you would in Arena, and then use his stun to control wave 2. Obviously, it's a little bit RNG because of the wave, but it's a full-on stun 100%. I think it's 70 or 80% if it's not booked, But again, that's what I would use. You only need it to land on the Corrigan, because it'll land on the others. So if you've got him, he's definitely an option. If you've got him, the other option here is Toshiro, who, like, don't really know what Toshiro does, but I know all the plat teams using Toshiro for that job, and he literally, he can almost run it himself. But again, not all of us have got mythicals, so yeah. But like I said, guys, this is quite tough. Is there anything you need to know before I do the video? Sorry, the video now to showing you the run. Feel free to ask any questions. So, like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, so I'll let the video run. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And that's me, Big Dave, out.